Hello, this is John from MyBurnerGames.com, and I'm here today to continue playing Afterburner for the Sega 32X, or as it should be known, Afterburner 2. This is a port of the arcade version of Afterburner 2, which I should take that back. It looks like during the break I got a drink and among other things did a little further research on Afterburner 2, or this port of Afterburner. And I guess this isn't a direct port of the arcade game. This is still a little inferior to it, which is surprising considering the arcade version was basically on 16-bit hardware, released in 1987, and this was released in 1995 on a 32-bit console add-on. Either way, some people cite that arcade version is still a little bit superior. Nonetheless, if you watch the first episode, you'll realize I did enjoy this, and if you didn't watch the first episode, you can still realize that it must be good if he's playing it for a second episode. So, without further ado, I'll go ahead and get into it. The farthest I made it in the first episode was stage 4. My goal was to make it to stage 5, but that didn't quite happen. I'm playing this with a 3-button controller, which is less than ideal, but as if to accommodate this fact, there is an auto-fire option, which I'm currently using. That means I now have buttons dedicated to the speed up and speed down functions of the fighter, instead of having them share functions with the Vulcan fire, with that primary weapon that's firing. Somewhat a compromise, I guess. Okay, I just destroyed all those. I like when that happens. I don't like whenever I lose a life, and I've already lost one. No need to be conservative with my missiles. They're going to refill here shortly. Really getting into this game where I'm sitting here dodging around trying to avoid the missiles coming at me. Another thing that some people cited as being this being an inferior version, I think the arcade version ran at 60 frames a second, and this is running at 30 frames a second, which I'm sure if you put them side by side, I'd be able to tell, but as it stands now, this looks fine to me. I don't think the human eye can differentiate much unless you're sitting there really comparing the two side by side. Well, I made it to stage 4. It's pretty good for the first run, I guess. Took about 3 minutes.
Get ready.
Okay. Yeah, I had to take a break. Among other things, I want to keep these videos fairly uniform length, but I drank a glass of Tang before that first video. I just rediscovered Tang. It's been a while since I had it. And I like to make my Tang with a lot of Tang. I mean, I like my Tang silty. And this Tang was silty. It made me thirsty for some water. Remember, as a kid, always getting Tang. Ever since then, I get a craving for it. Every now and then I'll see it at the grocery store and be like, oh yeah, Tang! I gotta get Tang! And I'll get Tang and I'll start drinking it, for a couple months, and then just burn out on it. Be good for a couple of years and just restart that cycle. Right now I just started that cycle back up again. I've had Tang a couple times the last week or so, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm sure it's not healthy for you. It can't be healthy for you. especially in the quantities. It's not the quantities I drink it, because I just have a glass like every other day or so, but it's the proportion of Tang powder to water that I use. Let's just say I do not go by the recommended directions. That does not taste super sweet. Kind of had me thinking, man, if I want to do well, I guess I just better talk about Tang. Kind of distract me from the actual gameplay.
Get ready.
It seems like I kind of do that with Nutella too. Go through phases where I'm just into Nutella. Every night I'll have a little bit and then burn out and eventually see it at the grocery store and start that phase up again. One thing I really liked was the Jif hazelnut spread, their Nutella equivalent. They had a caramel hazelnut, no, sea salt and caramel hazelnut, I think it was, and I really preferred it to Nutella. They've since stopped making it, or at least I've not seen it at stores I frequent. And I mean, I work at a grocery store, so I guess I could just ask the grocery manager at any of our locations. But I believe it's discontinued, which is a shame because I really liked it. They had a couple other flavors that I never tried. They had some sort of like vanilla chocolate mix, but that just doesn't do it for me. If I'm eating Nutella or Nutella equivalent, I want it to be like a hazelnut spread, or at least have that hazelnut spread base. I don't know that this even had a hazelnut spread base. At least with this sea salt and caramel whatnot, it's sea salt and caramel hazelnut spread. Yeah, I probably better shut up about that stuff. I'm only on the 3rd stage and I've got 1 life. Man, I'm thirsty again. I'm already ready for that next break. Go and drink a bunch of water.
Get ready.
Yeah, as I said in the first video of this series, this is the first time using these headphones instead of the earbuds, the Apple earbuds that come packed in with their devices. I really like this. I really like these. I've never used them for any games. Jenny bought these to play online. The PS4, I think, to play Elder Scrolls Online. Their sister. And I know she enjoyed them. Served their purpose. Plugged them up into my computer once just to check that out. Seemed like I had a little bit of issues getting music to output to them and not something else. It seemed like there was some confusion with them. They were wanting to pipe out one type of audio. My computer was wanting to output one type of audio to them, and they were trying to play another. But it seemed like they'd be good for listening to music or whatnot, as well as playing games on the Vita or the 3DS. I just need to get a headphone cable if I want to play on my handhelds. Using this setup, I've got a long cable plugged into the television. Of course, these are Bluetooth headphones, which I think works on the PS3 and PS4. I know it works for the PS4. I don't know that Bluetooth will work for the PS3. Just got a Bluetooth USB adapter, so I'm sure it would. Man. I am not doing good. Seemed like I was trying to redeem it. Okay. Time to knuckle down, time to concentrate, time to focus. I can do this. Nice. Get a lot of hits, take him down. Doing okay. I like how the score continues going while I'm being refueled and restocked. Ugh. That's rough. Yeah, I saw that one coming from below. Didn't have a lot of time to react. Looks like I'm gonna get on the leaderboard. Alright, 16th place. Best performance yet. We'll take it. What was it? 89 hit? 89? Maybe 87. I think it's 89.
Get ready.
Come on, man. Make it to stage 5. Make it to stage 5. Can't even get past stage 4. I'm never gonna beat this game. Those down before they could fire off any missiles. I like it. Ah. Got all but one down, and that one is what got me. Okay. Oh my gosh. Just one guy. I'm sure it's just one guy that's getting me. Oh my gosh. This is the tough one. This is the one I can't get past. I think part of it is I'm just going in and not having enough lives. Just shy of the leaderboard that time.
Get ready.
It's not what I'm after, though. I'm after just making it as far as I can. Of course, making it on the leaderboard goes hand in hand with making it as far in as I can. Seems like I'm getting better at taking down enemies as early as possible. Kind of getting the angle of my ship lined up with theirs whenever they're coming in from the front. And even like these guys are coming in from behind. Coming all over now, don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, that just really screwed me up. Started getting into a scenario of infinite barrel rolls and don't know when I'm coming out, how am I even triggering them. Getting a lot of hits sure can't help me with my points though. And if I'm increasing my points total, surely I'm getting closer to extra life. Not what I wanted. Not what I wanted. Man, that 20th place performance of mine, I only had 36 shot down.
Get ready.
These last two that I've got on the leaderboards, I've had 84 and 89. Okay, I'm starting to get tired now. Starting to wear me down. This will likely be my last session of the night. Man, I'd like to get to stage 5. It almost makes me want to make this my last session for the time being. Just say to hell with it. Played a little bit of Afterburner 2, I know what it is. I really want to know how to trigger those so I can at least know how to do them if I need to and stop doing them when I don't want to. real worried there. Wondering if I was going to reload my weapons or not. Pretty good. One thing I've been doing is I try and avoid enemy missiles is speed up or speed down. I think I'm going to try and break away from that habit in this run through. Because that's what I was doing that last life and it seemed like it was working. It seemed like if I just tried to avoid enemy fire, I was doing a pretty good job of it. Granted, it seemed like it was still pretty difficult to avoid those enemy missiles, but not speeding up or speeding down kind of made it a little easier to comprehend. I'm definitely memorizing these early stages. At least memorizing them better than I have. See, I just feel like it's still so hard for me to avoid those enemy missiles. I think maybe part of it is I'm trying to avoid missiles too long. Like, once it's clear that I've avoided the missile, or maybe even a little bit beforehand, I need to kind of recenter myself. So with the amount of enemies I'm having to deal with, I don't have a lot of time to react. So any time I spend overreacting is time that's going to put me in a bad position for the next enemies. I think I'll try one more run attempting that. Oh, did I get that? I didn't get the last place, did I? Tuning the barrel roll is something on the D-pad. I think it's holding to one side and then... Yeah, it looks like it's... Yep. Holding to one side and then quickly... It's holding to one side and quickly jolting over to the other side. I guess that would be one way to avoid missiles, perhaps? Because it seems like I can come out of that barrel roll in a half turn. Partway through a turn. So it looks like, get spinning one way, quickly spin the other way to throw the missiles off, but then recenter yourself. That may be the key. I may have just figured out the key. And I guess that's... I only really need to do that if I can't avoid the missile, it seems like. That first one for this stage, I already missed it, but by doing that barrel roll, that really screwed me up and basically launched me into the one coming at me. So I take that back. I'm going to do at least one more. Now that I know how to do a barrel roll on command, let me try implementing that hypothesis. I thought I was going to avoid that one. Really starts you out going fast whenever you lose a life. Screwed me over there. I could have gotten a lot of those guys. Gonna get the barrel roll off in time. That's tricky. See, I barrel rolled into it that time. So I don't know. It's a judgment call. Some you gotta barrel roll avoid, some you just gotta avoid. Maybe some you gotta adjust your speed to avoid. I don't know. I'm gonna call it quits there for now, probably for the night. I will return to this. There'll be at least one more episode. I'd like to at least make it to stage 5, to that checkpoint. It's very frustrating that I'm not there yet, but I feel like this is a learning process. It feels like I had a revelation this episode. We'll see if I can turn lemons into lemonade. Anyways, this was John from MyBurnOnGames.com. This was the second episode of my Afterburner playthrough. This is Afterburner on the Sega 32X, a port of Afterburner 2, 1987 arcade game. Thank you for watching this episode. Do come back for the next one. Bye-bye.